In this video, we'll review the Job Analysis Report category in Service CEO. We begin on the Reports tab and we'll click into the Job Analysis category. As with all reports, here you can see reports you have previously created in this category. You can run them, edit them, view the settings. You can also see the description, who and when they were created by, and the last edit person and time as well. For this video, we're going to hit Build New Report. We'll first overview the different options and then build a sample report. Again, in all reporting categories, there is a Criteria tab and a Layout tab. How these work is covered in more detail in the How to Build Your Own Reports training video. In the Job Analysis Report category, our criteria options are of course different than the other categories. The Job Analysis category is really used to build lists of jobs based on different criteria, the options of which are: first, date created. This is when the actual job itself was created in Service CEO. Big difference between that and the start date, which is the date that the job is actually scheduled to begin and happen in Service CEO. If you're using business units, you can only choose jobs for a particular business unit, or you can select all business units in here. You can filter by the type of job, whether it's a single one-time work order, a job with multiple work orders on it, or if it's a recurring ongoing job. You can also filter by the status. If you only wanted to see open jobs, for example, you would leave all of your open sub-statuses as they are, and uncheck all of your canceled and your closed sub-statuses. Same thing for closed. If you only wanted to see closed, you would make sure that the closed sub-statuses are all select, and you would keep canceled and open sub-statuses unchecked. This would only return closed jobs in Service CEO. You can filter by the marketing campaign, which marketing source this customer heard about you through. You can also filter by the customer status, where they're currently active, they're active and a prospect, whether they have an active recurring job or an active recurring job, and also our prospect, which means there's currently an outstanding estimate for the customer in the system. You can segment by the customer type, which can be customized from your customer record screen. You can also filter by the service location, whether it simply be the city, state, or zip code, or if you're using our zone functionality, you can filter by this and only show customers in a particular zone or group of zones as well. You can filter by the different products and services, whether you only want to see products, only want to see services, or only want to see a particular category or group of categories in this system. Finally, you can filter by any assignments here of employees. You can also filter by any custom fields you see on the 4 pages here to the left. In the layout in this report, our first option is summary versus detailed view. Again, you can hit the information button here to see the breakdown, the description of what is actually included. For this, the summary view shows the total job hours and charges by your grouping, whereas the detailed really gives you a full breakdown with all the details like the start date, created date, employee assignment, service location, that type of information. You can choose to show the discount and tax breakdown on this report or not. You can also choose to include the estimate sales reps and the value of the estimate as well. In grouping, we again have different options in the different report categories here. You can come in and review your different grouping options by simply clicking into the level drop-down. Finally, were you in detailed view here, you would be able to include custom fields from these 4 pages into this particular report category. For this example, let's set up a report to show last week's jobs grouped first by the employee who was assigned to it, and then by the day of the week that it actually happened. So, first I need to do the start date filter to show me last week's jobs. I'm not going to do any other grouping on here, or any other filtering options. We're simply going to come to layout, make sure we go to a detailed view to get a breakdown of the job, and then on grouping, we'll first change level 1 to assignee. Assignee in the Job Analysis Report category is the employee or employees who were assigned to this particular job and work order. Next, we'll filter by the start date in here so we can get a breakdown day by day of the actual week, what happened last week for which employee. We'll save this report and run it. This will produce a report first grouped by the assignee, second grouped by the date. You can see here there was only one job last week. It was done by Stephanie on the 11th of April. It was a residential cleaning job for a total of $60. This concludes the video on the job analysis report category. Please contact tech support or your customer success manager with any questions.